Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be continuing the SAT Math Prep series, and we're currently going to solve the question on the screen, which says, open bracket or parenthesis, -3 minus 5i, close bracket, minus open bracket, minus 9 plus 2i, close bracket. What is the answer to this particular question? Now, in order for you to know what we're solving, we can first of all observe that we're dealing with imaginary numbers, because on the left side of the screen, right, we have this part that says I equals to the square root of -1. And this is to indicate to us that we're dealing with imaginary numbers. And because we have a combination of a real number in the first part of the bracket, -3, and in the second part of the bracket, -9, we have a combination of real parts as well as imaginary parts. We know that we're asked to do or asked to work with complex numbers. So in this case, we're being asked to subtract one complex number from another. So the first thing you have to do is to get rid of the brackets. And the way we can get rid of the brackets involves basically doing something that involves like expansion. So let's do it together. So you've got, I'm rewriting the question, -i, -5i, -9 plus 2i. Well, what we're supposed to do here is just to get rid of the brackets. So we're just going to rewrite for the first part, -3, -5i. Now, negative here, -9 is going to be positive. And then negative 2i is going to be negative 9i is going to give us +9, not just positive. I apologize. And then negative 2i is going to give us -2i. So -3, -5i plus 9 minus 2i is what we end up with whenever we break down and take away the brackets, basically. So the next thing we have to do is that we've been given the real numbers as well as imaginary numbers combined, and each one of them is a term separated by either an addition or a subtraction. So in order for us to work with this, we're going to pretend that the I is a variable. We're going to pretend that I is not actually an imaginary number symbol. It's just going to be like a variable, like the variable X or Y or P or K, whatever. We're going to pretend that that is the case. And when we pretend that is the case, we can solve the rest of this question by grouping. So the first thing I'm going to do is to group them, right? So -3 is a real part of this expression, as well as +9 is also a real part of this expression. So they can be grouped together. So we're going to have -3, +9. And then the second part of the question, -5i and -2i, they are very similar in the sense that they are in one group because they are all imaginary parts of the complex expression. So you have -5i here and -2i. So -3 plus 9 is what? -3 plus 9 is the same thing as 9 minus 3, so that's 6. And -5i, -2i is the same thing as -7i. So the answer to this question is +6 minus 7i. Let me write my I to be cuter, of course, because we just did the problem and we want to make sure everything is super neat. So our answer is 6 minus 7i. So this is the answer to this particular question, but I have done videos on addition, subtraction, division, expansion, multiplication of complex numbers. I'm going to advise you guys to check it out on the SAT Math Prep playlist that is on my channel. That's one thing too. If you're struggling with math, I'm also an online tutor and I can help you with a fee. I'm going to leave the link to this description. I'm going to leave the link to my website and you can check it out in the description. I want to advise you that if you're currently struggling, you should not beat yourself up because you're scared. You may fail the SATs or whatever. I believe in you. Do not fear. And I wish you guys all the very best. Please be patient and keep striving. and do not give up because it takes time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.